lesson here, babe. You come at the king, you best not miss.
All right, good people. Nice of you to join me. This is just a response. I mean, it's not. That's why I put it on the little channel. It's just something I just want to get on the record. So it's not a big deal. So I'm glad you showed up. Didn't really have to, but I'm glad you did. Instant Media, what's going on? Ricky, Art of Itmore, what's going on? Incognegro, what's going on? Jason, Cryptid Wolf, Tunnel Runner, Devon, Tao, what's going on? Mr. Meach, yeah, he's still at it. Gundam, what's going on? Express, what's happening? Yeah, he's still at it, man. It's just they basically, you know what? You know what it is, Meach? Okay, you really know what it is? This is their problem.
I got nowhere else to go. I got nowhere else to go.
That is him in a nutshell. He's got no place else to go. So, but this is the channel. So, this is the channel for it. So, and let me go ahead and bring this up and speed it up a little bit. I'll spend maybe an hour. It doesn't matter. You're going to find out in a minute. Calm down. You're going to find out in a minute. This is his, what, I don't even know what it is. I'm going to react to it, okay? Daddy Manosphere and BGS Ibmore, okay? But he actually put BS Ibmore response this time because he's blocked on the other channel, okay? Actually, May, I didn't do anything, okay? I didn't even start it this time. But you know what? I'm going to finish it. So we're going to respond to this for maybe about 40 minutes to an hour or so. Depends. It depends on how much I can actually listen to him.
Right. So when I made my community post, what happened? What has May said? What happened? What has old Jerome done now? I don't know. Well, you know what, May? I'm gonna tell you because the manager always, the red pill community always pride themselves with the whole men are logical, women are emotional. The whole facts over feelings.
Facts over feelings, all that kind of stuff, which is something that you don't prescribe to. Okay. I don't have to respond to this whole thing. I don't have to respond to every post you put up. Okay. You could explain to me why you put the post up, but you didn't.
Feelings, yuck. Like you hear this all the time, right? In conversations. So when Stardust, who is now known as the Thinking Ape, and he made a video called, you know what? Let me, and I apologize, lady Jim. I'm apologizing here. So this is what your boy BJS.
Why don't you play the video, okay? You added me. I didn't just do it because you made a post. You added me, okay? If you hadn't added me, I'd have never read the post. See, he don't put that in.
Stated, "Shut up, you old fool." Now I'm gonna make this big, right? I'm gonna make this big. Let me go ahead. Now I went on. So I saw this. He said, BJ said, "Shut up, fool."
I said, "Shut up, laugh out."
All because.
Because what?
Because
you added me
over here. Right? All because over here I said from the 5-minute mark to the 8-minute and 30-second mark is on point. This is why I have a major problem with the Manophere red pill and its MGTOW SYSBM sub branches. Younger men / boys are listening to toxic things from older red pillars and operating out of experiences they never had.
Why don't you play it?
So what I said was the truth, and you, BG.
Why don't you play it? How come you didn't play it? Okay, how come you didn't respond to it? Okay, if you're gonna add me, respond to it. I don't have to answer to you. That's why I told you to shut up. If you're not gonna respond to it, I'm not gonna go research for an 8-minute mark. I really don't particularly care. You said, why did I say shut up, fool? Now you show it. It's because you added me. You're irritating me. That's why.
You BGS, you got so mad. You got so mad.
I got so mad. I put. Wait a minute. I put laughing out loud. Okay, shut up, fool. And basically laughing out loud. Okay. I'm mad. Come on, man.
That you said, shut up, fool.
How's that me being mad? I was laughing when I said it.
Come on now, BGS. Come on now. Now, the truth matters.
Why don't you respond to it?
The truth matters, BGS.
Why don't you respond to it? If that was the case, why don't you play it? Why don't you play it?
You can't slice it. You can slice
why
it,
don't
dice
you,
it any way you want.
Why don't you play it?
But BGS, you know what Stardust said.
I didn't know what he said because I didn't play it, fool. I just responded in a comment. How do you know I played it?
It is correct. And let me say this too. I only going to pay attention to people who are salient. So
why don't
you tagging me? Make sure what you're saying is salient. Make sure what you say is salient because I'm only going to respond. But
you can't respond to something you don't understand. I already know that. If I've tagged you on something and it's salient, if you don't know what it is, you're not going to respond. But I tag you in it to see how much you actually know, and that's very little. That's what I'm finding out.
Guarantee that. I can't guarantee that because a lot of y'all sound so stupid. And some
wait, he gonna say somebody sounds stupid. He has the nerve to say somebody sounds stupid. Hold on, let me go ahead and play it.
Y'all's level of stupidity, and at the age that y'all are, I can't really. Something in me want me just to, I can't stand stupidity. The thing is,
so why do you keep coming? If you can't stand stupidity, and the age that I'm in is so stupid, why do you keep bothering me? Why do you keep bothering me? If that's the case, man, we've been knowing each other 10 years. Why do you keep bothering me? If that's the case.
I want somebody who's salient. See, I listen to people who are salient, even those I disagree with. So
no, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't listen to anything. You haven't learned anything in 10 years. If you listen, you would learn. You haven't learned shit in 10 years.
If you're not salient, then you're wasting your time trying to talk to me.
Tasha S., get the fuck out of here. Okay? I'm responding to him. Because you don't want me to dig in your ass, okay? You want me to dig in your ass, see how much you know. You don't want me to dig in your ass, see how much you know.
To me. Because I'm not going to understand SBE. I'm not going to understand. No, I do understand SBE, but I ain't going to try to hear. I got no time to hear shame, blame, and explain. I got no time to hear black.
That's why you fail, son. That's why nothing moves. That's how come we have made the Manosphere a global entity, okay, a global movement, and you're still stuck in your little corner. That's why.
Black women and her hair weave. Black women, black single mamas are the worst ones in the world.
No, the black single mamas well, maybe they are, and for very good reasons. Why are they? They are, and and we've actually the stats point that out. Why are they? We pointed that out. Why? So because we're trying to change behavior.
I don't got time to hear all that dumb foolishness that y'all repeat to yourselves and get consumed like a cancer. But back to BGS. Now BGS, was Stardust right?
I don't know. I didn't listen to it. I don't know if he's right or not. I didn't listen to it. I don't listen to Stardust.
Because I actually sub to Stardust.
I sub to him too, but I don't go on that channel. So what? Why don't you play it, son? Why don't you play it? You're here talking about it. How come you don't play it? How come you don't play and comment on it? If you want to talk to me, you could have talked to me. I got an email. I gave you my email. If you actually wanted to go back and forth to talk to me, you could have. But you ain't got guts to actually talk to me. You don't have that guts. We could have done this one-on-one. We could have talked to each other. But you don't have the guts because you're not smart enough, son. I don't care what you said with your dumb ass. Okay, Tasha? This is the wrong channel, baby. It's unfiltered over here. I don't care what you said. You ain't my mama. You ain't even old enough. Probably ain't old enough to be my daughter. It's your silly ass. Okay? I said what you said. I don't give a fuck what you said. You ain't nobody, okay?
I'm not sub to you though. I'm telling you right now.
She can stay here with her silly ass, okay? Nobody cares what her silly ass is. What have you done, Tasha? Why should we listen to you? Why should we listen to you?
I'm sub to you, but yet you keep on tagging me.
I tag you because you won't stop tagging me, okay? That's why I tag you. So you want to play that game? I tag you. About politics, about women, I make sure I tag you. I make sure that I tag you.
You know, you over there tagging me all the time.
I do. I tag you.
And those MGTOW fools.
But then, do you respond? Okay, you want me to respond to you? Do you respond to me? Do you respond to me? But you want me to respond to you. At least if you're going to present something, okay, not at the 8-minute mark. I don't need to know what Stardust says. So I actually want to know what Stardust said. I'd have went to it. You could have told me why. You didn't tell me why I was at the 8-minute mark. Oh, that's why. This is what the channel's for. In other words, I get tired of them tagging me and bothering me. So this is my channel for. This is the channel for that I respond to them on.
Y'all the one tagging me. But BJ, the reason why I say your name, I got to see. See, BJ, the reason why I mention you and I don't mention the other people.
How old are you, Tasha? Okay. How old are you, Tasha? I can beef all I want, okay? In fact, I got plenty of time to beef. What are you doing here? It's not the internet like a child. In fact, this is a very adult conversation. Evidently, you've never been around men. You've never been around men.
People.
With your silly ass.
For numerous reasons, but for two. No, it's actually for two reasons. Excuse me. You try to be the intellectual part of Black YouTube, right?
Yes.
And I admire that.
Oh, really? You admire that? My goodness, that's the first time. Let me clip that. That's probably worth clipping right there. That's probably worth clipping right there. I admire you being the intellectual part of YouTube. Really? Interesting.
That BJS. I admire that you try to bring some intellect.
Oh, really? Oh, really? Interesting. Very interesting. I've never heard that before. Okay. You know what? That's why I tagged him on all the other stuff, right? Okay, all the other stuff that because he always looked for the stuff about women. He always looked for the stuff about the negative stuff. That's what he dwells on. So I sent him all the other stuff, right? About the politics, about the sit downs, about the and in fact, I'm gonna send him more of it, right? Okay, because I got a couple I got to send him because there's one about white supremacy that he probably need to hear. Okay, where the Europeans actually starting to say that shit out loud. Something I said 20 years ago that he needs to hear. In fact, I'm glad. So I'm gonna start sending them more. But thing is, but the thing is, if I tagged you in something, okay, if I tagged you in something, I ought to explain why. Now, when I tag you in, when I actually tag you in stuff, okay, when I actually tag you in stuff, it's meaningful. At the 8-minute mark, I have no idea what's at the 8-minute mark. And basically, most of the stuff that you send me is bullshit. That's like I'm gonna listen to it.
Right. But bruh, the reason why you got a problem is the people who listen to you.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Who listen to you. Don't read.
Don't read. What? The people that listen to me don't read. The people that listen to me don't read. Okay. Now I have the people that listen to me. I got 10 PhD scholars that do this on a regular basis that have written books, but they don't read. I have 20 research people that send me articles on a daily basis, but they don't read. Show me your research where you've actually read something, Big J. Show me some research. Show me your books. Okay. Show me your papers. I want you to actually show me your papers. Show me your research. Okay. Where you actually read something. Where you actually read something. I was just on Mr. Z's talking about Sabrina Springs and some of the in a couple of books that she's written. Okay. Even though I don't like the girl. You're telling me that my folks don't read. They quote books all the time and papers all the time. What are you talking about? That means you don't listen.
Because you can come on that live stream and say this and say that, and they just believe. They hang on your every word.
Well, because I've been right, sir. That's why. They don't hang on my every word. They argue with me all the time. They don't hang on my every word. You're just jealous because you don't know shit. You don't know shit. That's why you mad. Because you don't know anything. Because when I come on your panel, they pepper me with questions because they don't want to know stuff. Hang on my every word. You're jealous because they don't hang on your every word because you don't know anything.
Can't believe it. I, for one, know. I, for one, know.
Know what? Know what?
That you are full of it.
I am. How? Prove it.
Zaddy Manosphere told y'all about a lot of things.
Right? Like what?
Told y'all to stop.
Like what?
That 5-minute mark to the 8-minute mark or the 9-minute mark. I put it 9 minutes, right? Y'all also red pill that y'all turn black pill, right? Y'all turn black.
You don't even know what black pill is. You don't even know what black pill is. You have no clue what black pill actually is. You're going by a definition from some freaking teenagers that were involuntarily celibate to begin with. You have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. That y'all turn black pill. And Stardust is still in that little corner where he's been for the last 10 years. So that's all he sees.
Black pill. And then, everything's hopeless. See, and just like what May said this morning. And May, I was going to bed and I heard your live stream, May. I heard your live stream, May, earlier this morning talking about how can you be teaching, but you are doom and gloom all the time.
But doom and gloom all the time. Basically, have you listened to the people that are trying to warn you about stuff? Okay, your Democrats are doom and gloom all the time, but you listen to them forever. How can you be teaching but you're doom and gloom all the time? If the truth is doom and gloom, it's doom and gloom. I can teach about a whole bunch of things. I can teach. Teaching has nothing to do whether it's happy or sad. Okay, that's not. I don't know where you come from. I'm not a kindergarten teacher. Okay. I'm not a what do they call it? A motivational speaker. It's not my job. Okay. My thing is to tell you because when I listen to go listen to the go listen to the news about stocks and bonds and stuff like that. They don't have happy tones. Okay, they tell you the accurate stuff. How can you teach in doom and gloom all the time? Well, I'm supposed to, oh, boys and girls, come draw a picture. It's gonna be a happy face. Get the fuck out of here.
Shout out to May for see I never thought about it until May said it. I never thought about like that. How you gonna teach somebody and you're doom and gloom all the time?
You can teach people all kinds of stuff and never put a smile on your face. Okay, you teach people all kinds of stuff.
the evangelicals will talk about heaven. You know that they talk about,
And they're not teaching. And they're not teaching.
damnation all the time, right? You know, I don't know you ever go to a Pentecostal uh, you know, these Pentecostal churches, these weird, hardline, right wing Christian churches are talking about damnation. You're gonna burn. You know, your works doesn't mean anything. You know, you're gonna burn in hell. They always tell you that, right? But they always at the end of it, they talk about, well, there's a price, and the price was on Calvary, and Jesus.
Oh boy. What are you talking about, man? Is this why you put me in here talking about the Manosphere? Is this what you're talking about? About my style? Is this it? When I encourage brothers to get the hell out of this country and go do something positive to save yourself, to stop wishing and holding on to something that's not going to serve you, that's doom and gloom. When I tell brothers you ain't get, when I tell brothers, there's one thing I tell brothers is positive that they want to put on T-shirts. It's called "There's 4 billion women on the planet." You don't have to stick with these. If you are not happy with the woman that you're with, go find you another one. If you're not happy with the woman that's with you, go find a woman that's another culture that fits you. I've been saying that forever. Save yourself, black man, because they ain't going to do it. Pick yourself up, get your skills up, depend on yourself, and because guess what? You can do it. If you let this go, you can do greater things, okay? Tell brothers that all the time. But the thing is, that's not what you listen for. You and May don't listen for that. That's not what you listen for. I tell you exactly how to do something, how to make your life successful. I tell you that all the time. I'm not here to sell you anything.
Rose from the dead. Now that's why I don't fool with the evangelicals, because they like to
MS Delta can tell you I'm accurate, okay? MS Delta can tell you I'm accurate. I'm trying to show you a way out of this stuff. You guys only leave because you can't get women here. Okay, Tasha. Okay, let me ask you this. Okay, let me ask you this. What's dumber? To stay someplace where the women don't want you, or go someplace where the women do want you? Is that logic? Okay. The thing is, they do that in sports all the time, right? If I can't get off the bench where I'm at, guess what? I'm going to go to another team where I can thrive. At the end of the day, it's not about trying to compare against a group of men or a group of women. It's to actually go find where you can actually thrive and be happy and do what you want. Now, if Tasha, you want to come up and argue about this, we sure can. Because Big J ain't doing shit, okay? I don't know what the thing is that the big reason is that y'all can't leave. Black women can't leave. That's the problem with them. Black women can't leave. Why should I buy a broken down old Ford in the United States when I can for $5,000 when I can go down someplace else and buy me a brand new Cadillac or a brand new Ferrari for $500? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Tasha, does that make sense? Why? If I can't find success here, best place to do is go where I can find success. Is that logical to you? If I can't find women where I'm at, I move. I tell guys in heartbeat, okay? Well, you know I'm having a hard time finding women and getting dates, man, move. Successful people move. Okay, if they can't get it popping in one industry, they move. They move in a heartbeat. Okay, we're not here trying to prove our worth to women that don't want you. Why are you doing that? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Does it make sense to you, Tasha? I don't care if Tasha's laying well or she's skinny as a plank. It doesn't matter, okay? And there's some guys that I don't even want to talk about the black men. There's some black people in black men that love land whales, okay? I'm asking, does it make sense? Because if women can't find a date in the city they're at, they'll move. They move to the other, whole side to the a whole another city where the dating prospects are better. But we have to man up and prove to we can knock down these women. Fuck all that. You ain't got that many years. The hell with all that. What it sound? I don't care what it sounds. I asked you a question, okay? I asked you a question. Does it make sense? Why should a guy stay someplace where he's not wanted? We can move someplace else and get everything that he wants. Why not? Does it make sense to you? Does it make sense to you? How do you know? How do you know we act like females? Okay. What it sounds like, you guys really have no game at all, and what you're supposed to do is act like what is it? How do you know what acting like men are? You're not a man. How do you know? Guess what? That's what I'm gonna do. Since you know so much about game, please come up and enlighten me. That's for Tasha, nobody else, okay? Come up and enlighten me about game since you know so much. Because I don't talk about game in relationships, but I've been doing it for 20 years, okay? Come up and enlighten me. Come up and enlighten me. If you know so much, there's two kinds of people in my world, right? There's students and teachers, okay? And I can be either one. If you have superior knowledge to me, please come up and enlighten me. No. I don't want to hear that shit. Come up and enlighten me, okay? I don't want to hear you typing, coward. Bring your silly little ass up and enlighten me. Teach me something. My 12-year-old can type in the chat and say shit. Doesn't mean anything. You can't back it up. I'm telling you, black men have continuously looked weak and shameful. Nah, not really. Because guess what? Not from my vantage point. Because when passport bros broke out, white boys started following. When Kevin Samuels broke out, Black Manophere broke out, all of a sudden it's global. Okay? When brothers go overseas, all of a sudden they trying to block them because brothers are successful. The black man is the most wanted man on the planet right now, especially passport bros. Most wanted man on the planet right now. They're trying to invite him. They're looking for him. And you know what? The thing is, as soon as they got to start getting away from you, guess what? They started thriving. The black man's stock is going way up as soon as we start getting away from you. They talk about the black manosphere in the White House. Okay, what you talking about? We on the upswing, baby. We on the upswing. Okay, y'all gonna have to go out and sell the coos for $2.50 in the parking lot in a minute. Ain't us. We on the upswing, baby. And that's verified. Okay, we changing laws. We changing minds. We changing minds all over the planet. I said we got Chinese men using the word simp. We got Chinese men, China using the word simp. We're on the upswing, baby. I don't know where you from. That's what women call game is tearing down walls. You don't force them to put up unless they're sexually attracted to you. Then there's no walls to tear down. They don't know what the fuck they want. And the thing is not what they want. I really don't give a shit what they want. Okay? Because we got this shit backwards. What women want is real simple. It's not that hard. In fact, it's so easy, most guys don't want to do it. What women really want is not that fucking hard. Especially for the chicks that they want. Ain't that hard. The thing is, most guys don't do it because chicks that they after are not worthy of it. Yeah, I'm tired of these dumb bras with their silly asses. Man, I know tons of dumb bras. Like I got 2 daughters, okay? Two grown ass daughters, okay? You trying to coach me about game, okay? I told my daughter, "You lucky I had you by your mama, 'cause you're pretty." Most of my women were 8s, okay? I don't see Tasha showing up. Where your game at, baby? With that weak sauce. Anyway, continuing. Where your game at? You so big and bad, you so all knowing. Bring your ass up here. There's the link. Now you came over here to this channel. Now this is a small channel, okay? This is not broadcasted. So the only way that you would know that I'm live is that you are subscribed to me. Now why you subscribe to me, I have no clue. Because I have no clue who you are. What they want to, the thing is, what they want, and it's really simple. What they want is black men to kiss their ass. That's really what they want, okay? That's why I play that chick in Panama as far as from the expats, okay? It's an expat, okay? And you go to Ghana, you go to Ghana, you go to Latin America, Central America, any place you go, right? Okay? What they tell black women, bring your man with you, okay? Because most men can't tolerate you. Go to Japan, okay? You go to China, you go to Philippines, go to Thailand, right? First thing they do is they're trying to look for a black man, okay? Because they can't get nobody else, okay? They can't get nobody else. The thing is, even here in the United States, with all the negative stuff that goes on with black men, right? Okay, that goes on with black men. Why do black men have 5 times the interracial marriages of black women, and we got 2.5 million less men? Why is that? Why is that? The only thing you're doing is having babies for them, but you have 1.5 million more babies for these non-black men. You have babies for them. You're their baby mama. But that's success, right? Anyway, let's keep going. Where's she at? JBA, what's going on? Where's she at? What the most wanted men in the world is white men to stop with the lies. Black men are the most desired men on the planet right now. Still are. Okay? And I've heard it. The reason they want white men's money. They want white man's money. The fact I just had this guy called Chinese historian, right? Came from Canada, went to China. All he could talk about is keeping the BBC out of China. We on the upswing, baby. We have white men in foreign countries trying to dirty Mac on black men, trying to dirty Mac because we on the upswing. We on the upswing. Passport Bros is known all over the world now. Okay, and it ain't because of white boys. What we took from what white boys did and we made it popping. Brother on my arm, no brother on my arm, no brother on your arm. Yep. Yeah, because the white boys don't want them. That's why. And white boys have said they don't want them. White boys have said they don't want them. You know, look at the NBA, look at the NFL. All you see is white girls lining up. Got Latinos lining up for black men, lining up. Anyway, continuing.
Um,
But didn't she say she gonna tell me about game? Who you think fucking invented game? Okay, Uh, all black men have to have game. Okay, why? Because we have the hardest headed, most hostile group of women on the planet. We have to have game. Black men have to have game, just to talk to you, uh, uh, knuckleheads.
I see the evangelicals as religious red pill, but we're gonna talk.
Evangelicals is religious. How can they be red pilled and religious at the same time? Okay, you don't know what the hell you're talking about.
About that later. You know, I'm gonna talk about that about the evangelicals trying to start World War III with Iran and
That's not red pill, and those are not God. Anyway, I'm not gonna even do it.
Trump is the tool for it. But you know, I'll talk about that later. I'll talk about that later. You know, a lot.
Trump is the. You got to be kidding me. Trump is the tool. Trump and J.D. Vance walked out three neocons trying to start a war with Iran. How is he a tool to start a war with Iran? Answer me, riddle me that. They walked out three people last week because they wanted to attack Iran along with Israel. Why did they get walked out? You don't read. He's using Middle Nations talking points without understanding. Yeah. Big lame. Yeah, he wants to be a hero. That's why I talk about pedestrians. Okay.
A lot of people see it. A lot of people see it, and I'm not going by American news. Anyway,
Whose news are you going by? Okay. Middle Nation, evangelicals is not. They're not evangelicals. Okay. They're really not.
um, where was we at? Oh yeah, right. Oh yeah. So how you going to teach somebody something when there's no hope behind it?
Easy. You tell them the truth.
There's no paradise. There's no goal at the end of the rainbow.
I don't sell religion, sir. I don't sell religion. Okay. I sell truth.
There's no finish line. There's no the prize. There's no sword in the sword that's stuck in that stone, and only you can wield it. All right. And yeah, I find it funny though that what you've been teaching people and what you're hoping for are two different things. You so black pill, you so red pill that
Oh no, I'm black pill, sir. But you don't understand what black pill means. I'm not. I'm not. Red pill is nothing. Okay. I was red pill before I got to this channel. Manophere did not tell me red pill. Okay. I've been what they call black pill for a very long time.
that you turn black pill, and then You trying to
No.
be teach. You trying to teach.
No, I've been black pill, sir. You don't know what it means. Okay. Go watch Batman. Go back and watch The Dark Knight. Okay. Those are two black pill people.
Everybody. What's the point of you telling everybody this is how you drink cyanide? As if.
No. The black pill tells you don't drink that shit. Okay. The black pill tell you don't drink the fucking cyanide. Make another choice.
Drinking that cyanide. You drinking the cyanide with the students. You think those students gonna learn something? See, Zaddy Manophere told y'all. Zaddy Manophere told you.
Told us what?
Because Zaddy said some of y'all are overzealous.
Some of y'all are overzealous.
Some of y'all Obsidian.
Obsidian. He's overzealous.
Is overzealous.
Is he? How so?
Your boy, Chaos Reign. Every time he see a black woman with a white man,
Chaos. Oh, really? Chaos Reign? Really? That's what we using? You're here to talk about me, sir. Not Chaos Reign. You're here to talk about me. Now you have not played any. Let's hear since we're here, and since he's not gonna. I thought he was actually gonna play it, but he's not gonna play it. Let's hear actually what he said. Okay, let's hear what what's his name said.
For Angelica, do not come on here. Don't be like AJ ain't seen red trying. I dropped a link with somebody.
Okay, all right, he going into something else. Okay, all right. Since he's not gonna play it, let's go see what Thinking Ape actually said. Okay, since we're here to respond to it. He is a weirdo. I figured I don't trust Arabs at all, which is why I didn't listen to him. The thing is, James, the thing is, if you listen to a wide enough spectrum of people, okay, the lies will unfold. Your own government, Washington Post, New York Times, Wall Street Journal, actually lied to you way more than the Arabs did. But you believe them. You listen to CNN and then MSNBC. They lie to you all the time. So what's the difference in listening to them and listening to Arabs? What's the difference? That's what I'm asking. Now, he didn't bring up Middle Nation. You guys are assuming that he's talking about Middle Nation. I have no clue. Because I listen to Middle Nation. Sometimes he says something that's accurate. There's some things that he says that is accurate. Not all the time. Not all the time. Let's see if we can find it. I don't know. Good grief. How far back is this? Oh, this is 2 days ago. The thing is, if he wants me to listen to something, how don't he just email me the shit? Because if you add something, he said at the 8-minute mark, okay? And let's go back a little ways and get a little context. The thin blue line, I have no idea what that means. When black and blue collide, okay? Okay. All right, let's go ahead and play it. And y'all let me know if you guys see this, okay? Because sometimes YouTube is tripping. If y'all see it, put a 1 in. I don't listen to Thinking Ape all the time, so a lot of times he repeats himself. Yeah. I had to cut them loose. Yeah. They got caught with their pants down with the Kamala Harris thing. That was a bridge too far. They went along with it when Biden was in office about about Israel and in Gaza and stuff like that, right? They talk about Gaza. The AOC and the Democrats stopped the Republicans try to stop the weapons flow from going over to Gaza. Okay, you had a whole bunch of so-called black people, progressive black people, actually stop that. All right, let's hear what he has to say. 1.25 is fast enough.
And in gender relations here, I'm talking about broadly about the world. And of course, you get older and you realize you were a fool. The problem is almost all of us go through that phase. And that phase becomes all the more deadly, if you think about it, when, frankly speaking, you're dealing with this type of information and the so-called black pill. You see this manifest itself these days in various ways, doom posting, things of that nature. And sometimes I just have to ask the question whether or not it's a good idea for super young people to become obsessed with these ideas. And this is where I think the intervention is potentially important, because if left to their own devices, they're getting this information unfiltered, and the lack of filter is actually not helping. So here's what I think. In the cases where young men have already begun to expose themselves to certain types of these ideas, and they've sort of run away with it, then I think some course correction is in order. Because again, speaking of zealotry, there's no one more zealous than a young person with a particular ideology or set of beliefs that is unwilling to test those beliefs against reality.
And right now, what he's talking about is, right. Really, what he's talking about is the adolescence thing, right? Where they're exposing manosphere and manosphere information to kids, okay, that haven't even dated, haven't even reached puberty. Okay, it's like telling people they're trying to give a 8-year-old game before he's an adult. There's nothing you can do about that, okay? Unless you're gonna close off all the close off Twitch and all the gaming sites. You're gonna take them off gaming, okay? You can easily do that. You can easily take all the devices, all the game devices, unhook them from the internet. You can do that, okay? But that's not up to us.
Reality, and also in part due to the lack of experience, cannot do that. It cannot test these beliefs in accordance with the reality. Which is not to say that these ideas are incorrect. I freely admit I'm pretty black pilled because I think the black pill corresponds largely to human existence. However, I just think
he's largely black pill. Okay, he admits he's largely black pill. The thing is, most people don't understand what black pill means, including Big J.
I think that there is nuance there, and the filter or the lack thereof that currently exists, and the pipeline that reaches young men.
Okay, the thing is, J.D. Miles, okay, I'm assuming that I don't know if you're a MGTOW or not, okay? I'm not even going to, since you're typing, I'm not even going to ask you what MGTOW is, okay? Our thing is, MGTOW is men not dating or not emphasizing dating, female relationships, and stuff like that. It's emphasizing, right? Okay. I don't know how long you've been around with MGTOW, JD. I'm assuming that you've been around since the beginning. Okay. When I came to MGTOW started listening to MGTOW in 2012. Okay. If there was 1,000 MGTOWs, so-called MGTOWs that believed in this, it'd have been wonderful, right? Okay. MGTOW was extremely small back then, right? Okay. But the ideas that it professed about centering yourself, not emphasizing females and stuff like that, okay? The environment took care of that, right? 70% of your young men are MGTOWs. 70%, okay? Talking about billions of men all across the fucking planet, a million now. Went from like 1,000 people to like billions of people. Billions of men within 10 years. Had nothing to do with the environment was already, I was telling them that, in fact, you go back on my Black Gnostic page when I was saying should MGTOW go mainstream, right? And he was afraid of that, right? No, we should keep it as a small club. Bullshit. You want to make change? Either you want to make change or you don't, right? Most of the white MGTOWs don't want to make change. He was one of them, okay? I wasn't there for that. I wasn't there for that. So what he's saying that it's going to be what it's going to be, right? It's going to force the the people that are in charge start changing laws, okay? Because the men aren't going to stand for it. The men aren't going to stand for it. It's going to force the government to come back and change the laws that you want them to change. That's how you get shit done. Anyway, continuing. Guess what most men do now across the planet, JD? Or do they not do that? If you listen to a kid, a guy in his 20s, 20, all the way up to age of 30, guess what they say? I'm focusing on myself, right? Across the board. See, Boogie is in in Houston or Dallas. Houston or Dallas. He's in Texas somewhere doing something else.
Is not great. And so if you're 17, 18, and 19, and you've completely succumbed to doomerism, then you might say it's partially justified. It really depends on your life circumstances.
What is doomerism, okay? Doomerism. Most of the red pill, we don't teach doomerism, okay?
Which is yet another factor you have to take into account. But again, there's nuance in these things. And I just generally think, as a policy, as a rule of thumb, that young guys should not be giving up full stop. So depending on your circumstances, you know, in terms of looks, in terms of intelligence, in terms of personality, in terms of your prospects, which means what cards have the gods dealt to you, then some of these reactions might in fact be appropriate. But in many cases, they're not appropriate yet, or you haven't properly lived your life. And that's the whole point, right? So walking that thin blue line entails knowing when to interact with someone, when to not. And again, the conclusion I've come to is, broadly speaking, a lot of these guys are going to get the black pill information regardless.
Yes.
And as a consequence, when they bring it up at least, it's important there to intervene and talk about nuance, right? Now, again, when you're talking to young people, you're always going to run up against the wall of know-it-allism and just overconfidence. It's normal because young people always know everything better. And it can even happen when you're older. But with young people, it tends to be a lot worse, the know-it-allism and always knowing everything better. But I just don't see a way out here. As for the people who just avoid or just never encounter the doom posting or the black pill,
most of the doom posting are white boys. You have to go looking for that, okay? That stuff is not widely spread. Doom posting is not widely spread. You have to go looking for it. It's not. Most of the Manophere don't talk about doom post. We don't do that about doom posting. We don't talk about that shit. Okay. You have to go looking for that, and that's a very, very narrow group of people. Extremely narrow group of people.
They may or may not actually end up encountering it. Like I said, there are people I know in their 80s and their 70s. I've even met people in their 90s who are as blue-pilled as you can imagine, have never imbibed a single black pill, despite being, at least in theory, exposed to things that potentially could have led to that outcome. So where I've arrived at is basically the general tendency these days is for young men to be aware of this information, but they need a filter. They need guys with experience who can at least break things down in a way that's not totally alien from reality. Because in general, the information they're getting is largely true and contains lots of kernels of truth, but there's going to be nuance there. There are things you have to take into account. And again, as I've said, I've encountered people who never encounter or cross paths with any of this stuff, no matter what adversity or struggles they encounter. So it's going to come down to a lot of context. And I think, in general, this is one of the great flaws of the Manosphere in its modern 2025 manifestation. It's all tailored to massification. It's all tailored, unfortunately, to mainstreamification.
And that's his thing, and he's been that way since I've known him. Okay, since I was aware of him. Okay, we've gone back and forth about this. Okay, he believes it should be an esoteric MGTOW, and this information should be esoteric. Okay, for a small number of people, for a very small number of people. That you had, like you have to go up into a mountain, into a cave, and sit down at the feet of Thinking Ape, and imbibe this stuff. Okay, that's fine. But the thing is that doesn't make a change. Okay, MGTOW is really not against women per se. Okay, or the truth per se. MGTOW is created so that the laws and the conditions will change. You cannot do that if you're in a cave somewhere. Massification has to happen. Otherwise, the information that you have is no good. It's no good if only a tiny fraction of people actually know this shit. What are you here for? If it's only a tiny number of people needs to know it, you could put. You don't need. It doesn't need to be on YouTube. Okay, you can put this in Patreon. You can put this someplace else. What are you here for? Are you here to change things, or are you here just to hear yourself talk, trade information? And half the time, the shit that you're talking about is not esoteric. Okay, it's not very esoteric. Half the time, some of the shit that comes out of their mouths is wrong. It's absolutely wrong. That's how come the Ibmores left the MGTOWs. We left because the shit that you guys were talking about didn't suit us. We had to go and actually talk about our own stuff. Okay, and believe it or not, the stuff we talk about is affecting you now. A lot of stuff that I told black men about 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, right? It's going on right now. So that they're in the position to take advantage of the situation right now. A lot of my guys. They say it was all negative. I'm talking to you, Big J Triple X. They're in position to take advantage of the situation right now. A lot of them are. Most of them are. Okay. Most of them are in position to take advantage of this environment instead of their heads spinning. Okay, they saw it coming. That's what I teach. CGA is a MGTOW. The thing is, he's a different level MGTOW. Okay, he doesn't use it, but the thing is, spinning plates is what they call level 3. Okay. There is no permanent interactions. No wifing, no permanent relationships. Okay, you have you spinning plates. You have a rotation, and there is no singular one. That's what he calls a free agent lifestyle, which is fine. Okay, especially with what's coming. See, and CGA is closer to black pill than he is red pill. Because it's about the outcome. It's really not about the morals or falling in love, stuff like that. CGA just won't tell it. CGA doesn't mind having a sugar baby or two on the side, okay? That is black pill all day long. He just won't say it. That's not red pill, that's black pill. Because trust and believe, you can't be a doomer and be black pill. If you're a doomer, you're a failed blue pillar. If you're a doomer, you're a failed blue pillar. Black pillars take the situation as it is. Either I'm going to get on a plane, or I'm going to get my money up. I'm going to get me a live-in. I'm going to get me something on the side, okay? I'm going to get my needs. Black pill people get their needs met. Because it's not about morals. I just want to be loved, okay? That's not black pill. I just want a woman that's just attractive to me to want me. That's not black pill. Black pill doesn't give a damn about you being wanted. Hey, can you fill my needs for what I need right now, or what I need you to do? That's black pill. If you're still worried about love and relationships, stuff like that, even if you have kids, you have black pill kids, and there's plenty of rich folks that are black pill as fuck, okay? I'm marrying this chick is because she's Asian. She gonna get my kids into Harvard, Yale, and Princeton. And then they're gonna have connections. And they're gonna take over my empire. That's black pill. I'm marrying you. Blah, 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 because of blah, 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 blah. I was black pill with my kids, okay? Unfortunately, I didn't pick the right woman. Should have had a doctor, a Ivy League graduate, and an NBA basketball player. Those 3 things, okay? I didn't have the right one. I'm telling you, it's because I didn't do it right, okay? It wasn't the plan was fine, okay? The plan was easy. The plan was fine. The thing is, the woman wasn't. And the woman ran, a black woman ran roadblocks to keep these kids from succeeding. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I might not be right. Right. The thing is, who cares? Okay. I said this to KMS. Right. Okay. Well, I want her to smile when she's around me. Man, I said I'm black pill. I don't give a fuck if she smiles or not. Bitch, do your goddamn job. Told my fiance, well, I don't feel like having sex. I said, bitch, you got 2, 3 choices. Either get sex 3 days a week, or I'm gonna outsource it to somebody else. Which one do you want? And I was 26. Okay, I wasn't 46. I was 26. Either I get my pussy 3 days a week because you're my woman and I'm living with you, or other than that, we're gonna outsource this. You don't have to have sex with me. I'm not gonna be celibate because you don't have sex. You can be celibate on your own, or whatever you do with your pussy. Either I get it, or I'll find somebody else that will actually give it to me. I don't play those games. I don't play those games. I was just thinking about that. And that she convinced my children that this is not the way to. Well, you need to have fun. My daughter should have been out of college by the time she was 19. Okay, my daughter had 30 credits. Okay, before she was 30 college credits before she was 16 years old. Okay, 30 college credits. My ex convinced her to stay in high school to have fun. Enjoy your high school. Fuck all that. Go finish your college. And then enjoy yourself after you that. You can have way more fun after you get out of high school than you can in high school. Travel the world if you want to. Yeah, take advantage of the situation. Man, it's gonna be coochie's gonna be pennies on the dollar. There should be no doomers out there. Okay, pennies on the dollar. But the thing is, that's why I call them failed blue pillars instead of black pillars. They're not black pillars. They're blue pillars. Why you dooming yourself that this little girl that I think is cute, she don't like me. So the fuck what? That means you blue pill, which is fine. You're a kid. You're a believer, right? That's blue pill shit. And you mad at her because you can't get it. That's blue pill shit. That's not dooming. Well, I don't look good enough to get the woman that I want. That's blue pill shit. I do one of two things. Either you change what you're doing, go out there, learn a different language, work out, go on a diet, whatever you need to do. Okay. There's one guy that said he was too short, right? That motherfucker, black pill as fuck. He went and he got leg extension. He went and took leg extension surgery. He added 6 inches to his he was like 5'7". He had 6 inches to his height. He was willing to do that to actually get the results that he wanted. That's black pill as fuck. That's black pill. Not this, oh my God, I'm worthless, I'm too ugly, blah, 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 blah. Or I'm too short. Motherfucker, get a fucking PhD and move to the Philippines where they're all short. Go learn cloud engineering, remote work, and go to Latin America where they're all fucking short. Where everybody, the average height of a man is 5'4". Stop crying. Stop whining because stop feeling sorry. Black pillars don't feel sorry for themselves, okay? Those are real black. Failed blue pillars do. But black pillars don't feel sorry for themselves. They don't. They get shit done. These elite civilian tax, but my understanding of black pill is basically nature will take its course rather than it's an individual society, and black pillars understanding the nature of things. Basically, black pill is either one or two things. Either you're a nihilist, eat, drink, and be merry, and what will be, or you're a utilitarian. Basically, nature's going to be what it's going to be. Can you take advantage of the environment that you're in? Okay, nature's going to be what it's going to be. The thing is, there's a whole lot of slots in between. Am I right? Nature will take its course, okay? If you're only gonna live, say for instance, you have a disease, you're only gonna live 35 years, or you're gonna cry for 35 years, so go out and have the best time in your 35 years that you can, because nature will come to get you. What you gonna do? Black Pill starting an amateur adult film studio. You can do that. Okay, that's really Black Pill. It might get you in fucking trouble. Okay, but uh, that's extremely Black Pill. Most of your billionaires and stuff like that, they Black Pill as fuck, man. They don't give a shit, bitch. I'm paying you $2,000 an hour. Get busy, make me happy, so I can get on and with the rest of my day. They don't give a shit. Okay. Elon Musk is Black Pill as hell. Okay, okay. I'm marrying you. I need a child. I need this, and this. He got married 3 times. After that, he stopped getting married because it didn't work. Okay. The Elon Musk got divorced 3 times. They said after that, no more. Cam Newton's Black Pill. You know, I do better having 8 baby mamas, which is immoral, but 8 baby mamas than getting married. It's cheaper. I'm the ugliest SOB with no shame in my game and still get some. Yeah, figure it out. Or go where people look like you. A lot of people that are black pillars that say they're black pillars aren't. A lot of people that say they're black pillars aren't. They repeat shit. Okay, and they believe it because they believe it instead of learning what's behind it, like the 80-20 rule. Okay, it applies to women too, men and women too. I mean, uh, if 80% of the men could get the top 20% of women, they would prefer them. They wouldn't prefer the bottom 80% if they can get the top 20. They wouldn't. The thing is, men attenuate their desires to what they can get. So do women, really. They just don't talk about it. 80-20 rule applies to a lot of things. Okay. 80% of the guys, if you ask them who their dream girl is, she ain't gonna be a 4 or a 5. Okay, she's gonna be 8, 9, or 10, which is more than the top 20% of women. 7 and up are the top 20% of women. Most guys, if they had their choice, would not pick an average chick. 70% of your women are 4, 5, or 6. 70%. 15% is 7, 8, 9, and 10. The other 15% or 1, 2, and 3 on either side. Okay, that's your bell curve. Most men, if they had their druthers, would get the top 15% of men, 15% of women. If they had their druthers, if they could just say pick the girl that I really want, I really desire, it wouldn't be Keisha. That's a 6. It'd be the 7, 8, 9, or 10. Tell me I'm wrong. But men are more practical. Okay, I am not going to get that 8 or 9 or that 10. She's too expensive. I will settle for a 4. I will settle for a 5. I will settle for a. Some cats that settle for 3s. Society is built on the disposability of men and childbearing capacity. Yeah, it is. No, the nature is built on that. Society, go down to the tribes, okay? Go down to the basic tribe, right? The most important thing to keep the species going is for that woman to have a kid, more than one. Settle, yes. Everybody settles, okay? Everybody settle. Settling means it's called level set. It's not a bad word. You settle. Everybody settles, okay? I'm sure that chick living in a one-bedroom apartment with a cracked ceiling would have loved to live in that big 4-bedroom mansion with a curved staircase. How come she doesn't? It's because she has to settle for what she can get. She has to settle for what she can afford. Now you want that 6'3" muscular dude with the wang going down to his knee, that's making $3 million a year, $4 million a year. But guess what? The odds you getting that dude is astronomical, unless you're at the NFL Combine. Okay, you happen to get one of those 300 guys, or one of those what is it in the NBA? One of those 50 guys. My motto, especially when I give advice to women, make deals, not demands. You're gonna make the deal, okay? Either you're gonna make the deal one way or the other, okay? Either you're gonna make the deal with the guy, or you're gonna make the deal with the streets. One of the two. You're gonna make the deal. Anyway, let me get out of here. I've been over here over an hour, and he didn't really say anything. And Tasha didn't want to come up. Coward. A lot of people don't even. Part of the people Big J have no. I mean, dude, what I hate, JD, okay, JD Miles, is you've been here for 20 years. You've been here for 20. You've listened to this stuff for 20 years, yet you still don't understand what it is. Okay, either you don't have the capacity to understand, which I'm beginning to believe that he doesn't. Okay, I don't think he can understand. Okay, because you've been here for 20 years. They repeat the same crap over and over and over again. You've been listening to MGTOW for 20 years. You've been listening to Thinking Ape for 20 years. He repeats the same shit over and over again. You should know the whole history of the Manosphere and the Red Pill and MGTOWs and wherever else, right? You've been here that long. It's a crime that you don't know more. You've been here twice as long as I have. It's the crime that you don't know more. Anyway, let me get out of here. I also tell women who get involved with me, if you don't like the terms, don't take the deal. Exactly. I ask chicks when I meet them, why are you with me? So I know, because I might not want to take the deal, because you might be expecting something that I'm not willing to give. Why are you with me? Off the subject, Willie D did a stream talking about Hugh Hefner gets a pass, but Shannon doesn't talk about. Oh gosh, okay. Okay. I understand people talking about stuff. Why do you guys believe this dumb shit that people say they don't believe in? Willie D don't believe in that shit himself. Okay. Who does Willie D date? Does Willie D date for? I think Willie D's in his 50s. Who does he date? Does he date 50-year-old women at this stage of his life? I don't think he has the capacity to actually understand it. And Willie D is a hater. Willie D's mad that he's not at that status. And sometimes if you're a celeb and you're doing, all celebs do this kind of crap, right? And you're not careful, you might be the one that gets caught. And he got caught. I mean, he didn't have to go to jail or nothing, but the thing is, he got his deal canceled. Okay. You'll be all right. You'll learn from it. Other men will actually learn from this, because you guys are too loose. You're too loose. Your head is too big, and you got caught slipping. Okay, learn better next time. Who I would Willie does Willie D show who he's dating or say his dating age range? I can assure you, Willie D don't date no 50-year-old woman. Okay, he's selling tickets, which is all right. Just like Umar, people believed Umar was this big pro black, the black woman, this guy kind of crap until that his little girl start flagging him. All of a sudden that shit changed. That mask slipped, and the real Umar came out. As soon as he came out, I said, "That's the real Umar." Okay. Well, the thing is, it doesn't matter about the snow bunnies. Okay. Okay. Broke genius. Okay. You're making. I think if he's making 10, 15 million dollars a year, right? Okay. I think he's in. If he's in Texas, okay, is that he can find a Guatemala getting white girls all Mexico getting white girls all day long. Okay, bang them and come back. Fly them in if you want to, and send them home if that's what you really want. You can find out the same thing he got in. Same thing he got. That little 19-year-old he got in I think it's in Texas. Okay, you could have got on a flight to Colombia and got the same shit for a tenth of the price and better looking. Okay, he's in. If you're into some BDSM, you got to be real. You got to. He should have went to a pro. Okay, somebody could be trusted. If you're gonna do that kind of weird shit, It- all she did was scandalize him. That's all. The thing is, he offered him 10 mil to go away. She didn't take it. That's up to her. That's on her. Umar, yeah, he's been exposed. Okay, Umar's been exposed. A lot of these people get exposed, man. I I've been telling you guys for years that Umar is not who he claims to be on his mic. Okay, I told you how the pro black sector works. Okay, I told you that. And as soon as that little girl starts running her mouth, the real him came out. Okay, it's a game. If you're gonna make money, that's why I'm not in it. Okay, I'm not over there trying to make the because I'd have to do the same shit. I know. I would have to sound just like Umar to be over on that side. And I trust me, I got the skills to be over there, right? Trust and believe. I got more than enough skills to be over on that side, right? And make Umar money. But the thing is, I'm a Gnostic. I can't do that. My belief says I can't. I have to be true to myself. I can't sit up and bullshit people like that. It all costs on the question whether you get a 90% discount or a 90% markup. Yeah, exactly. It's not a race thing. It's a convenience thing. He was no, guess what? If that's what you prefer, I don't care what color she is. You could have gone got whatever you wanted in any color that you wanted someplace else. Okay, it ain't like you're knocking her down every day. You're knocking her down at your convenience. You could have got on the freaking plane, went knocked it down and came back. Where you couldn't get blackmailed by this white chick. Okay, this lawyer went hunting, and she was mad that you wouldn't lock her down. And so guess what she did? She said, "Well, I'm gonna go scorched earth," and he did. She did. She's not gonna get him in jail, but guess what she can do? She can cost him that contract. Okay, same game pastors play. Yep. Yeah, he's a pusher. Yeah, who had the best product for the pro black feminine? Yes, he did. That's like Umar. I talked to Umar. Umar probably has my phone number. Umar could have called me if he disagreed with something I said. Okay, he could have called me or called my mentor. Guess why he didn't? Because he knows I know the truth. Okay, I know the game. I had one brother leave. I forget his name. Right, he had to bounce because the game got exposed. Pro blacks don't come after me. Okay, why? Because I will expose them. I let pro blacks live because they got to make money. They have to. They have to. It's their game. I'm not out there. I'm not out there on the pro black sector trying to fuck up how they make their money. Man, I do not do that. Okay, have a whole bunch of people that say a whole bunch of dumb shit. I don't mess with them. Okay, I'm not here to mess up their money. Okay, I'm still a pro black. I understand how the game works. Okay, I'm still in the sector. I'm not trying to mess up your money. I'm not trying to mess up your game. I'm not trying to do that. Okay? But don't. The thing is, by the same token, they don't come over here messing with me either, which is fair. They allow me in this circle because they know who I am, blah, blah, blah. They know my history, but they leave me alone. It's a silent agreement. Because Umar could come in and said, I know this brother, blah, blah, blah. He talks about this. He been, all my shit, okay? With one phone call. The thing is, he don't do it because we have an agreement, right? I'm not gonna fuck up your game. You're not gonna fuck up mine. I've taken a financial hit to be over here doing this shit with you guys. Anyway, let me get out of here. Selling hope. What did Big J Triple X was just saying? All right. Okay. What I don't sell. How come I don't sell hope? That's what May the Alchemist is talking about, right? I don't sell hope. Sorry. Sue me. I don't sell hope. I sell truth. I sell accuracy. Okay, so that's what I sell. I don't sell hope. I don't tell you shit so that you can go bouncing off some. No, motherfucker, get here and grind. Okay, that's why I was trained, especially in sports, man. You know you're not gonna make the All-Star game. You got to get here and grind first. Got to get here and do the work and grind. You know you're not the best player. Got to get out there and grind and become the best player. Same thing with this. I don't want to hear it, okay? You want to be the best version of yourself, get out there and grind, okay? And then these are the steps. What do they say? I say your mother makes you. Women make you feel better. Men make you better. I'm a man. I don't make you feel better. I'm sorry. That's not me. Whose man is this? I don't know what that means. Okay. I tagged you. A post made on a poor man's podcast was getting grilled by Karen's while being on their panel. Okay, poor man was on their panel. Okay. I mean, you know how it is. If you're gonna wander out there, okay. Um, I woke up black today. I mean, they have no. I have issues with being pro-black and pan-African because they don't adhere to what I'm saying, right? As far as being pro-black and all the white supremacy talk, I only deal with facts. I don't deal with all the myths, okay? As far as being pan-African, I only deal with facts. I don't deal with the myths. All the myths that they talk about, well, we're accepted over there. I don't deal with that shit, okay? What is the facts on the ground, okay? If you go over there, you're still a fucking foreigner. Act like one. You get a little bit of grace because you look like them. But go over there on the family. It's not like you leaving New York and going to Accra, Ghana. It's gonna be the same. It's not. Okay. More like you had them crying on their panel. Oh, okay. I will look at it. What's up with you and Chrissy? I don't know why Chrissy talk. Okay, the thing is, long time ago. Okay. Uh, I used to comment on Chrissy's videos every now and then, right? Okay, and Chrissy sent the YouTube after me. Okay, I got a strike for bullying because talked about Chrissy. That's why. I don't know Chrissy. I mean, I very seldom. Actually, Mr. Z talks about Chrissy way more than I do. I don't talk about Chrissy. Okay, I don't talk about. I promise I wouldn't talk about Cynthia G for the most part, right? Because she got a baby to feed. Okay, we could have ended Cynthia G's career, but saying is she had that baby, you got to make money. You got to feed that kid. I'm not going to take the food out of the baby's mouth over the YouTube bullshit, okay? You go do you and leave me alone. She's never talked about me since. We made an agreement. Chrissy, I don't know what's up with me and Chrissy. I don't know. What did Chrissy say? I don't listen to Chrissy. Why? I'm sure he's driving that truck. He sends her a check. So, 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 why do you ask about Chrissy after all these years? I haven't talked about Chrissy in, God, 2016, 9 years. So, T. Riddler, why are you concerned about Chrissy? I'm curious. Uh, YouTube let her come back and do content. He doesn't talk about Chrissy as much. Okay, he used to talk about her all the time, but he's kind of slacked off. Would you consider giving a full black pill seminar during a closed door session at the Brazil? I don't you know. I've pretty much spilled the beans, man. As far as black pill, I wasn't gonna do it, but I was actually talking to the Dr. T about the black pill, what I thought it was. He said you should actually come out and actually start explaining it to people what the black pill actually is. Okay, so what the white boys are saying about what the black pill is not accurate. Okay, why half the time they don't like me is because I actually call bullshit to what they're saying. Like they were saying that the black manosphere and the manosphere was dead, right? Was it 3, 4 months ago? Even though I think Myron and Fresh and Fit are ops. I really do. You, a former federal agent in a manosphere talking shit. You trust him, and y'all trust him like he's the gospel truth. Come on, man. He's the last person you should trust. But anyway, he's talking about the manosphere is dead, right? Okay, and then all of a sudden the manosphere explodes, especially with the adolescence thing, right? Now it explodes. It's everywhere now. Manosphere. They're doing deep dives on the manosphere. They're doing CNN's doing shit on the manosphere. Basically, I figured who else? Wall Street Journal, New York Times doing shit on the manosphere now. Okay, it's spreading like wildfire. I said, catch these hands jams. Okay, hey, BGS civilian here. You made a comment saying Jason Black doesn't know anything about politics. What made you say that? Just out of curiosity. He's a civilian. Basically, there's certain key things in politics that you should pick up on, right? Okay, that you really pick up on. If you're an expert in politics, okay, there's certain key things you should pick up on, and they don't pick up on any of them, right? Like when it came to to the tariffs, right? And the tariffs and the reaction of the Chinese. You guys have been here long enough, and we're supposed to supposedly read widely enough to actually understand this shit. If you don't understand it, that means you know I have kids that know more about politics than these people. Okay, they're here to sell a product to women. Okay, they're not out here to actually talk about politics. Tamron Hall just did a piece on the manager. Yeah. Speaking of Christie, has BGS and Sergeant Willie Pete had one-on-one? Nope, he doesn't have one-on-one conversations. Okay, he responds, and really after the Passport Bro proved out most of his theories wrong, he stopped. We don't have no beef no more. Although there's one I'm getting ready to come out with, um, talking about the so-called winning the race war. Okay, in fact, I got to edit that and put that up. That's gonna be on my Black Pill Gnostic page. Okay. I was looking at a recent video, and she argued that white men lose their privilege when they marry black women, and wanted your opinion on her take. White men do not lose their privilege by marrying a black woman. They don't. It's not true. What do you mean lose their privilege? They're still white. Where did she get that from? I don't. They're still white. How did they lose their privilege? When they roll down, when they drive down the street, whether it's a black woman in the car or not, okay? White men have been marrying and dating black women since slavery. They did not lose their privilege. Now, their kids might not gain their privilege, but they do not lose their privilege. George Lucas is a white man, yes. He ain't the only one. Because if that was the case, then it would be no good for a black one actually married a white guy. White guys are winning right now because they fleecing them black women for whole bunches of money right now. Okay, black women taking L's like left and right. Now, a white woman will lose her privilege, her station, and get blackballed if she um, is caught publicly with a black man. Okay, she brings him out front and stuff like that, and she'll lose her station. White men do not lose their privilege. Neither do black women. They don't actually lose their privilege. Black women don't pay a penalty for marrying a white man, and white men don't really pay a big penalty for marrying a black woman, because white men marry Latinas, Asians, black, all kinds. It doesn't make any difference. They keep the same. They pretty much keep their status. White women will lose their status by doing it. A black man will lose his status by doing it. Shirley Richard doesn't know what she's talking about. She's just bitter and hateful. All she talks about is colorism. Well, she's a one-trick pony. She doesn't know anything. No, they don't marry black women high. Okay, hell, black men don't marry black women in high numbers. What are you talking about? Why? How come? How come black men don't marry black women in high numbers? Who marries black women in high numbers? There's a reason for it. We're in a Manosphere 3.0 right now. Legal battles. Yep, 18-point political. Yeah, are there any political popular figures that you would denote as valuable targets for the message, or just focus on legal? Your whole White House right now. RFK Jr. is one. J.D. Vance is another. Okay, Trump is himself, really. Trump himself, because the black manosphere helped him out. So the whole White House is on your side right now. Okay, talk about merit-based stuff, getting rid of the woke stuff, changing marriage laws. Okay, the people in office right now are following that wave. Um, he doesn't want to give up the blue pill. That's his problem. Chrissy's not colorist. Chrissy dates the rainbow. Now she'll date whoever, right? She's not colorist when she dates. She dates white guys. She dates Asian guys. She dates Latino guys. She dates all of them, right? Chrissy is selling a product. Colorism is a product that she makes money from. And if she wasn't talking about black men, she could not make money. That's why she talks about black men. Talking about white men and Latino men being colorists doesn't make you money. Talk about black men to black women makes you money. No, he hasn't. He hasn't. He has. Is he a huge friend to black men and the black people? Probably not. Okay. But is he willing to give you an even break? When it suits them, sure. Thanks for all you do in the space. What is painful? What is painful is that many of these guys don't know the value of what you share and teach. Salute and long. They actually do. They steal my shit all the time. They do. They don't give me credit, but they steal it all the time. Okay, all the time. Like the word pedestrian and civilians going around like wildfire right now. Okay, as they repeat it, people pick it up. What's a pedestrian? Now it's like, it's something that me and Sauchi came up with. So now it's spreading like wildfire, just like sign language. They steal it all the time. Uh, I mean, whatever makes you happy, okay? If a black gynocrat that's raising your kids can make you happy, do that. Some guys are happy with that. Do that. Make the best out of it. Do what makes you happy, okay? Do what fulfills you. If it's a black woman, has to be an American black woman, you're going to put up with her shit, by all means, go do that. No, 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 no. No, black women can't make black men do it all the time too. Look at Umar. Look at what's his name? Derek Jackson. Okay, there's a couple others that do the same shit. Okay, even Princella makes money from from talking about black men. And it's uh, whatever it is. If you talk shit about black men, women will line up and open up their purse. Okay, then I'm not gonna get my nails done this week. Okay, and give you their money. Trump most likely is a racist, but he really has not harmed black American like people like he has. Okay. Um, you had probably the biggest racist in office in years called Joe Biden, but nobody called him out for it. All of a sudden, but Trump wants to be called out for. Now, Trump took advantage of the MAGA people who was the deplorables. He took advantage of that. Okay. Democrats could have put up Bernie Sanders, took advantage of the left and the Bernie Bros. Okay, and the Bernie Bro women. They didn't. So shout out to Trump for taking advantage of a situation. Okay, and for the most part, even with the MAGA people, he was in office for 4 years. Nothing happened to black people. Okay, for the most part, right? Even now, him getting rid of DEI actually helps black men. Okay, because the women that don't deserve those jobs are removed. Then the white men and black men can actually move up, and not only in school but also on the jobs in the corporate. If that woman takes a position, taking up a check that she don't deserve, now she has to work for it. It helps you. Joe Biden helped you become debt free. Okay, sometimes it works. Not they knew what they were going to do. Hillary Clinton's a neocon. Number two, they will never, ever elect a socialist, out and out socialist, to be president. Not going to happen. I mean, I don't clown him. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I don't really clown either one of them. I never really clowned Joe Biden. If he fucked up, he fucked up. I mean, pretty much, I don't care who's in office for the most part. Because a lot of people thought I was a Joe Biden lover when he was in office. Now I think I'm a Trump lover because he's in office. I don't really care. People thought I loved Trump the first time when he was in office. Okay? I don't care. Anyhow, let me get out of here, y'all. So I don't really talk about politics that much. And let me remove this, and we're going to jump out of here. And I will see you guys Monday, I think. I'm sure Big J Triple X will have a field day on this. You know, I'm gonna say this as closing to Big J Triple X. Okay, dude, you've been here 20 years. You should know the red pill inside and out, and the black pill inside and out, and you don't. That is a dirty shame. You come on these airways every day, talk about the management, but you don't know shit about it, and that's a shame. You should be smarter than this. I am sorely disappointed in you. Sorely disappointed in you. And I can't express how disappointed I am in you. I've been knowing you, dude, I've been knowing you for freaking 10 years. You have not changed in your approach. You have not changed in your message. You have not grown an inch in 10 years. And that's a dirty, doggone shame. All right? Anyhow, y'all, let me get out of here. You know, the thing is, he doesn't learn. He hasn't learned. Okay. Okay. Ninja person. Okay. Why is he doing the tariffs? Okay. Let me show you something real quick. Okay. Since I'm here. Let me see if I can find it. Okay. Real quick. Okay. There's a reason that he's doing this. Thing is, you guys are focusing on Trump instead of Bessent. Bessent is the guy. Bessent, his Treasury Secretary, actually attacked the Chinese during the Asian currency crisis. Okay, that's why he picked Bessent. Okay, stop focusing on Trump and focus on the Treasury Secretary. This is his policy, not Trump's. Anyhow, let me see if I can find this real quick. I say inside China business and banks. See if I can find it. Okay. This is going to be real quick. This is real quick. Okay, 1.25. This is what this, and this is almost a year ago, right? Okay. This is why he's doing this. Okay. I keep telling you guys why he's doing it. You guys don't listen. Ninja person, if I play this, will you listen this time? Okay. Will you listen this time? If I explain it to you, will you actually listen this time? Give me a 1 if you're going to listen. If you're not, I'm not going to waste my time saying it. Can you? Okay. Okay. You guys can see this, right? Okay. This is the reason that he's doing what he's doing. Okay. It's not out of just to be doing shit, random shit. Okay. It's what we call is a trade war going on right now. It's a battle for the economic supremacy.
This is a map, a chart of China's trading partners, the countries of the world. I've linked to it too, so you can see it more clearly on your screen probably, and also the source data. Now, imports from these countries inbound China are on the left side. Exports from China going out to those countries is on the right side. It's also grouped by continent and color-coded. The bottom part on the left, trade surplus. This means that China's trade surplus in 2022 is $857 billion. 857 more on the right side than on the left to make them balance. Asian countries are on top in red. We see that China is running a trade surplus with the rest of Asia. Europe is in light brown. China's trade surplus with Europe is enormous, running roughly 2 times trade going the other way, coming in. In purple is next, that's North America. This is even better for China, worse for us. In fact, China's total trade surplus in 2022 was $857 billion, and $576 billion of that was just from the United States. South America is in orange, and China runs a small trade deficit with South America. And that deficit with South America has grown in 2023, especially with Brazil and Chile. Oceania is in gray, and China has a small trade deficit also, more imports coming in than going out. And Africa, where China's in surplus again. Every day, all year long, China is running about $3 billion of trade surpluses with the United States. Their surpluses are also huge with the European Union. Call it $600 million per day or so in USD, but that trade will mainly be in euros. So these foreign currencies are pouring into China from North America and from Europe. Typically, a country would use these proceeds to buy assets there. The trade flows would be equaled on the other side by investments. China would take US dollars and buy treasury bonds, or buy land in the US to build a factory, or buy stock in US companies. That's where the dollars go. That's what Japan did with their surpluses. That's what South Korea did with theirs, and Germany and the UK. But China is not doing those things now with their trade surpluses. The United States is uninvestable, hostile even to friendly countries and companies who want to try to set up a factory there. So fixed asset investment is out for China. They're also dumping bonds, treasury securities. So they're not going to be buying more of those with the new $3 billion that they're going to be earning today and then again tomorrow. So where are those dollars going? These recent headlines here have posed a lot of questions. This was a confusing trade to people in the industry who are trying to figure it out. In the first quarter, China sold $53.3 billion in treasury and agency bonds. These are sales in the secondary market. China didn't simply say, let's allow these notes to mature and then we'll just take the dollars at maturity. They sold. They said, give me the market value for these instruments right now. They took losses on any bond or note where the market yield was higher than when they bought. And it's almost certainly true for this entire portfolio of bonds here. I don't care what anyone says. This is not so simple to understand what China's financial managers are thinking here. They were not dumping bonds to buy gold. They can use their own cash reserves to do that easily without losing money on bonds. They also weren't dumping bonds to shore up their RMB, the Chinese currency. That was the dumbest thing I've seen yet. But these guys here actually wrote it down and even got their editor to publish it. This is off too. China is not de-dollarizing so much. China cannot de-dollarize because the US pays in dollars. China also cannot get away from euros because the EU pays in euros. China is not so much dumping dollars, and they're not dumping euros. They're simply moving them. They're getting the dollars out of American banks. They're getting the euros out of European banks. It is true that the US dollar is the world's reserve currency, and the USD is accepted everywhere. And it's also true that China earns more dollars than anybody. Same with euros. And when China sold these treasury bonds, they did not get away from dollars because they received US dollars when they sold them. They've got the dollars. But what I think they're doing is getting the dollars previously held in Belgium out of Belgium. Belgium and their friends right now are trying to figure out how to spend Russia's money that's in European banks. And so China wants their money gone out of there. Here is the chart again. They need to buy stuff from South America, and they don't really want to use their own RMB to do it. So they'll use dollars for a lot of that trade. They just won't use US banks to move those dollars, or European banks that nobody can trust anymore. They'll be using their banks. China is setting up bilateral trading lines and swap lines using renminbi. Those are becoming more popular and common. But they're also happy to keep doing things this way, trading in dollars and euros, and without the risk of having any of their reserves seized that are in a European bank or in an American one. China is setting up an entirely new banking system, using gold, using RMB, swap lines. Even Bitcoin is in Hong Kong now. All those things, plus a whole lot of dollars and euros. Who else might want to be part of such a system? Russia, of course. Russia also runs large trade surpluses in euros. Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Qatar, huge trading surpluses in USD and in euros from those countries. These countries merely need a system of banks that are completely outside the US and Europe, so they can take their dollars, take their euro, and put it into their own bank system instead of ours. Consider finally how fractional reserve banking works. Suppose a Chinese company has a bank in the United States. Bank of America account, let's say, with $1 million in it, average daily balance of 1 million USD. Bank of America can take that $1 million and create loans with it in the US economy. Home mortgages, loans to expand businesses, credit cards. That $1 million held on deposit can create up to about $8 or $9 million in new loans, new economic activity, new loan.
That's why when people ask me about reparations, why I said you should set up a bank and not pay people directly, right? Set up a bank. If you get $12 trillion, put in a bank for this exact reason, okay?
Assets for Bank of America, new interest income for them. But China is closing accounts worth billions and billions of dollars, and they're moving them out of American banks into their own. It's now China banks who can now create loans with all that new money. They can create US dollar loans to be repaid over time, either in USD or in RMB, whatever they want. And China also learned that they could never, ever be in the position that Russia was. Their money cannot remain in our banks for even a short time, not even over the weekend. If that means they take a loss, instead of waiting a bit longer, they take the loss, get it out, get it to safety, and then they can lend to whomever they want with much less risk. We Americans have treated our currency, the US dollar, as a weapon, a source of power. And it is indeed a powerful weapon. And China and Russia, all these other export-rich countries in Asia, the Middle East, South America, now they've got it. Have a great weekend. Be good.
That's why they have to do it. That's why it's being done. Okay. He explained it in like 5 minutes. Okay. That's why. Pausing for 90 days on certain tariffs. Okay. It's flexible. If I find something that Besson will actually say it, I'll actually play it for you guys on this channel. Okay. Anyway, let me get out of here. Hope that answers your question, Ninja Person. That's why the tariffs as a weapon are being used. It actually stop what China's doing right now. They're trying to bring China back to the table and get a semblance of order back the way it was before Biden screwed everything up. That's what he's trying to do. Anyhow, let me get out of here. You got to understand it's more about politics and strategy than it is about economics right now. Okay? All right, folks. I'm out.
What can I say? Mamba out.
Muzyka Denis 7.